In tonight's matchup against Marseille, you get a first-hand look at Louis L'Aigle-Dupont, who's currently projected to be a first-round draft pick in this year's NBA draft. Have you had a chance to watch any tape on your fellow draft prospects?
L'Aigle means eagle, right?
L'Aigle.
L'Aigle means eagle, right? Yeah, so dude can soar, no doubt. Great finisher. But we gotta deny him the ball, because he knows how to get to the cup once he gets the rock.
This is a do-or-die game for Paris FC Basket. Win, and you'll earn a berth at the European Basketball Alliance Championship Tournament.
You're right, Miss Mueller. That's a big deal for us. We've been chasing that all year. And I know our fans want it too. A lot of them even have tickets already to Istanbul. So we're going to leave everything we have tonight on that floor and make sure nobody's calling the airlines asking for that refund.
Thank you, MP.
You're welcome.
And just moments ago, an aerial view above the Arc de Triomphe monument here in Paris. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's presentation of the FBSL on 2K Sports. I'm Blake Suniga with Tim Sports and Brian Benefitemi. Coming up, it'll be Paris versus Marseille.
And Paris FC has been the surprise of the season. They've pulled out some impressive wins, and with just one more win here tonight, they're going to qualify for the EBA tournament.
And it's safe to say that MP has led this team far beyond expectation.
No question about that. I mean, if they get into that EBA tournament, well, anything can happen from there. But don't sleep on Marseille. They've got a lot of experienced players like Louis Dupont who are about as competitive as it gets. Well, really, guys, so much on the line tonight for Paris FC. A win here against Marseille, and they'll punch their ticket to the EBA tournament. But if they lose, that's the end of their championship aspirations for this year. Very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach when it came to defending that one.
Yeah, and usually defensively, the cautious approach is never going to work.
And now is not the time for caution. They've got to start taking some chances, do what they can to chop that lead down, right?
You get the feeling that MP is going to do everything in his power to get this Paris team into the tournament.
For MP, it's not just about getting to the tournament. He wants to win the whole thing. And usually a team from France has as good of a chance as any to make some noise there. There are some great teams in Spain and Turkey as well, but from what I've seen, they could do it.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way. He's got all types of tricks up his sleeve. And without a doubt, this Marseille squad belongs to Louis Dupont. Really a gifted finisher, one of the best finishers in all of Europe.
He's the heartbeat of this team, and he is their leader. Marseille can go as far as Dupont takes them, and the way he's played all season, the sky is the limit for L'Aigle.
Out of bounds, it'll go to Marseille.
He didn't get his hands up in time. They just weren't on the same page.
And so it's Marseille with it.
6-point game.
Brisebois outside. And it's Portier with the rebound.
To the paint.
Guarded by Dupont.
Down low.
Rebounded by Brisebois. And what a surprise season for Paris FC. Most had them in the middle of the pack, but as we've mentioned, they have a chance to clinch a spot in the EBA tourney tonight.
And it shows you how a few key players can make a monster difference. The chemistry on this team has come together, and they have played far greater than the sum of their parts.
Barrow outside. Marseille, maybe that time either.
Here's the Dirko.
Yes, and a nice assist from Ilic.
Nice find by Bogdan Ilic. Listen, this guy has seen everything during his long pro career.
Inside.
Bourgeois. Good work defensively by Ilic. Paris with the lead. Back to Portier. Zierko a screen.
To the inside. It's stolen by Parker.
Well, you look at the path Paris FC took to get to this point. The youngsters on the team have stepped up big time.
Well, whenever this team has looked out of gas, guys like MP have stepped up and found ways to keep them going. It's kind of a Cinderella story, but they feel that they're far from midnight.
It's hauled in by Bourgeois.
To the middle.
Dupont.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going.
Called Paris. Here's Blackburn.
Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points in the game.
Here's Burrell. He's covered by Ahern.
Clock at 4. Here's Rouillard.
Here's Dumont.
Banked in off the glass.
And here we are in Paris, such an incredible city, obviously a cultural center for the world, but also the heart of the basketball scene in France.
So many great players have gotten their start here, and what a dream it must be for these players to come and play in Paris. It can feel a bit surreal, I can imagine, but everybody on the floor has earned their spots tonight. Down low, MP looking confident, ready to cash in.
Down low. Off with the layup.
Paris trailing.
The floater.
Durand grabs the board. Here's Marseille with the ball. Pass to Blackburn.
To the left side wing.
Here's Valois. Here's Blackburn.
The 3.
And Ewich pulls it down.
To the inside. Inside. Zierko. And he banks in the layup.
Well, just about 250 pounds, Zierko can be a wrecking ball in close.
Out to the wing. There's a screen.
Pass to Durand. Solid defense from Ahern. And it's Paris with the ball.
The score now all even.
And you think back to how MP looked at the start of this season, we've seen a lot of growth in his game.
You know, you think back, like, when you talk about the start of the season, there were some shaky moments. But once he started getting comfortable, you could see everything start to fall in place for him. He's been crucial in the success of Paris FC.
He doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the bucket.
Portier outside.
The left wing. Pass to Zierko. Count that one.
Here's Valois.
To the paint. Out to the wing.
Rouillard. Pass to Dumont.
Wide open. Jump shot is good that time.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Now here's Portier.
He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Now here's Ahern.
There's the 3.
Rebound by Blackburn. Marseille leading.
If they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
I mean, that's got to be what they're aiming for here, right?
Let's hope.
Kick out to Dumont. or a yard.
And a miss there on the triple. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Marseille basketball out in front.
They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Yeah, if you're just joining us here on 2K Sports, it's Paris FC Basket hosting Marseille basketball as we get going here in the second half for this FBSL matchup. Well, you look at the French culture, they absolutely love their sports here.
Soccer, or rather, let me be correct here, football is still king and probably always will be. But basketball isn't too far behind now. The popularity of the sport has exploded here the last few years. And with Wemby doing his thing in the NBA, I think it's going to continue to grow.
Now here's Brisebois. Oh, that's good.
Around the basket is where DuPont really excels.
Here's Paris.
Trailing by 4.
Pass to Dumont.
No good from outside.
Barrow outside. Brisebois outside. And here's Barrow.
And a shot goes in.
And Barrow is used to having to convert through contact. It's a testament to how tough he is.
Pass to Dumont. Paris FC Basket with another miss. And so it's Marseille with it.
Inside.
Bourgeois. Yes, and it's Dupont with the assist that time.
And I'm sensing this game really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge, no doubt about it. And that lead's going to get more and more comfortable as they do.
I agree, Brian. Let's see how this one plays out.
That one goes in.
You know, we saw MP get tested multiple times this season by his opponents and sometimes really by his own team. But he's passed every test thrown his way.
And the resilience that MP has shown this year cannot be ignored. It's not easy to find success in a strange land, but MP has done that and then some.
Yep, that one goes.
I mean, that's just bogey being bogey, right? We've seen this time and time again.
Pass to Dupont. Back to Bourgeois.
And he's going for the alley-oop. Slammed in by Dupont.
And the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming on the end of an alley-oop.
What a lob.
Man, they've got this team hanging on for dear life right now.
And not sure what he was thinking there.
He's just not doing his team any good by firing up shots like that.
And it's going to make his teammates reluctant to share the ball with him. It's not good. Fed his teammate off the bounce there. Nice work.
Timeout called, Paris. And Marseille making a change here. Here's Durand. Pass to Valois.
Fades and shoots.
Blanchet pulls it in. Paris trailing. Leduc with it.
The shot from the low post is good.
Well, neither team having much trouble putting the ball in the basket.
Not at all. Both teams content to just try to outscore each other.
Makes for a fun game.
Here's Durand. Outside Dupont.
This one for 3. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Well, it doesn't take a private eye to figure out why they call Dupont the egg. He simply soars through the air, and along with Barcelona's Alvarez, has a claim to the best dunker in Europe.
Reminds me a bit of a player named Han Chi, who played a few years over here. You might remember him as the Flying Dragon. They both have the ability to explode off the floor when they take it to the rack.
And there's a foul called on him too.
That's foul number 2 for him.
And Marseille with possession. And again, it's Marseille basketball missing. As many expected, NB and his team haven't been able to slow down Louis DuPont.
DuPont is clearly running away with this one, and frankly, it's going to be more of the same unless NP can figure out how to get something going.
Here's Riard.
Pass to Parker. Count it. Good.
Well, this is where Parker excels. When he's inside near the basket, he can be a force.
Here's Blanchet.
To the wing, right side. From outside, off the mark.
Here's Marseille with the ball.
They lead by 7.
Pass to Riard. Outside DuPont.
6 to shoot.
Shoots over Vasseur. And it's DuPont missing.
That's a shot he had to take.
No question. The decision was good, just didn't execute.
Blanchet shot is off. And so it's Marseille with it. From deep, Parker.
It's good from long range.
You could see Parker liked the angle he found. His shot was there, and he knew it.
Outside Vasseur.
Out to the left wing. And he uses the glass on the layup.
What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
And it's only getting better as both these defenses are showing signs of wearing down.
Yeah, the defensive effort has not been good of late.
Riard can't hit.
Around 3 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter.
Here's DuPont from the arc. And the rebound goes to Marseille basketball.
Down low. Here's Parker.
Good work defensively by Vasseur. A kick out to DeMol. Yes, and a nice assist from Elix.
And this is why he's the team captain. Dumont knows how to come through in the biggest moments.
Timeout called, Marseille.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Pass to Brisebois. Back to DuPont.
Drops in the tray.
Really, guys, DuPont has taken over this game, is scoring it well. Whatever the defense is trying to do to stop them, it ain't working.
Now here's Portier.
Expanding his range.
Another three for Paris.
What an assertive play by MP. He knows they need points, so he works overtime to find them.
Pass to Barrow.
And he can't answer back the three-pointer offline.
Outside Elitch.
Here's Zadirko. Three-pointer. Yes! And he has brought them within 2 points.
Goodness! And they call MP's number. And he comes down with the biggest play of the night.
Pass to Barrow.
The three-pointer off the mark.
I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Huge basket for Bryson Portier, answering the call for Paris.
Now here's DuPont. Covered by Portier.
And fouled hard that time, and he'll get 2 shots at the line.
They had a foul to give, but you'd rather not have it cost you 2 points.
Yeah, would have been better to use it on the floor and not hold the shot, but the foul had to come one way or another.
Yeah.
He's got ice water in his veins, guys. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Portier outside.
5 on the clock.
Screened by Elitch.
Can't get the three to fall. And they foul intentionally, and they're going to have to do it again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and, just hope this misses.
Yep, they have to extend the game and use every last second on that clock.
And so they foul intentionally. And he misses the first one. Oh, and he wanted that one to fall. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line. And that makes it a 3-point lead.
Timeout called Paris.
They need a quick three here. It's a tough shot. The odds are against them, but hey, one thing I've learned in my time in this league, anything is possible.
Dumont for three. And that'll do it. Marseille comes out with the win over Paris. Fantastic showing from them, and what was a must-win for Paris FC.
Yeah, it was. And you can see the pressure sitting on Paris FC's shoulders all game. Ultimately, it seems like they won't qualify to the